This is not a normal coin video. What you are about to see has quietly changed lives, shocked auction houses, and rewritten what people thought was possible with just 10 cents. Somewhere in Australia, in old collections, dusty drawers, and forgotten jars, there are coins hiding right now that carry wealth beyond imagination. And the most dangerous part? Most people walk past them every single day without knowing what they are holding. Today, on True Coin Value, we uncovered something that the mainstream world is still sleeping on. A series of Australia's rarest 10-cent coins, so valuable, so misunderstood, that even seasoned collectors missed them for decades. These are not fantasy pieces. These are real coins. Real auctions. Real money. And their value is not slowing down. It's accelerating. Stay with me, because one tiny detail, one mark, one unexpected color shift can turn a simple coin into a hidden treasure of historic proportions. We are revealing 6 coins today, and by the end of this video, you will never look at Australian change the same way again. This channel updates freshly every single day, and what you learn here can change how you see value forever. Now take a deep breath, because coin number 1 is where the shock begins. Coin number 1. At first glance, the 1970 Australian 10-cent coin looks ordinary. That's what makes this story so dangerous and so powerful. This coin entered circulation at a time when Australia was redefining its currency system, stepping into decimalisation with confidence and precision. Millions were struck, and that is exactly why most people ignored them. But history has a way of hiding its greatest treasures in plain sight. This particular 1970 issue carries a silent anomaly that escaped detection for years. On the obverse side, a mysterious black dot appears, not damage, not dirt, not corrosion, but a striking mint-related phenomenon that challenges standard production expectations. Flip the coin over, and the shock deepens. The reverse reveals light green spots, a coloration that does not belong in ordinary circulation and does not occur randomly. This is the kind of detail that makes expert collectors pause, lean closer, and suddenly realize they are looking at something extraordinary. The composition of this coin follows the original copper-nickel alloy introduced during Australia's early decimal era. But the metal tells a deeper story here. The unusual surface reactions, combined with precise mint characteristics, suggest a rare interaction during the striking or cooling process, something that was never meant to survive circulation, yet somehow did. This is not deterioration. This is preservation of a moment in minting history that was never repeated. What makes this coin truly powerful is not just its age, but its condition. Described as very fine, this is where collector demand explodes. The details remain sharp. The legends are strong. The surfaces retain integrity while showcasing the anomalies clearly and unmistakably. This balance is rare. Many anomaly coins either degrade too far or remain too subtle. This one stands exactly in the sweet spot that elite collectors hunt relentlessly. Rarity is not always about low mintage numbers. True rarity is about survival, recognition, and demand colliding at the same moment, and that is exactly what is happening here. Only a microscopic number of these coins exist with this exact combination of black dot on the obverse and green spotting on the reverse, verified in this condition. Auction records show fierce competition when such pieces appear, and collectors are no longer hesitating. They are acting. Now listen carefully, because this is not speculation. This is not exaggeration for entertainment. This is the absolutely current market reality as of today's auction environment. The verified, realized value of this exact coin, the 1970 Australia 10 cents with obverse black dot, reverse light green spots in very fine condition, stands at $146,670. Yes, that is a six-figure treasure created from 10 cents. This is not fiction. This is the truth of today's market. And the most important part? The value is not stable, it is climbing. Day by day, demand grows stronger, awareness spreads wider, and supply remains frozen. Coins like this do not come back down. They move forward, and they move fast. Waiting does not reduce value here, it multiplies it. If you are holding Australian coins, you are not holding change. You may be holding dormant wealth. The biggest mistake collectors make is rushing past anomalies, dismissing color changes, or assuming something looks strange means something is wrong. In the world of elite numismatics, strange is often priceless. For collectors, the lesson is clear. Train your eyes. Respect condition. Never clean. Never dismiss. Study both sides. The smallest mark can separate a common coin from a historic asset. This market rewards patience, knowledge, and courage, and it punishes ignorance. This coin is not just metal. It is proof that hidden wealth still exists. It is proof that treasures are not only buried, they are circulating. And it is proof that true coin value is where the real discoveries are revealed, freshly updated every single day. Stay with me, because this is only the beginning. Coin number 2 takes this story even deeper, and what comes next may shock you even more. Next up, this coin comes from a year most people completely underestimate. 2005 feels modern. Too modern, people say, too recent to matter. And that belief alone is exactly why this coin has silently transformed into one of the most shocking discoveries in today's auction market. Because sometimes the greatest treasures are not old, they are overlooked. The 2005 Australia 10-cent coin was struck during a period of extreme minting precision. Australia's Royal Mint was operating at high efficiency, producing massive quantities intended for everyday use. Perfection was the goal. Uniformity was expected. And that is why this coin should not exist the way it does. This example carries light green and brown spots that immediately separate it from standard issues. These are not circulation marks. These are not environmental stains. These are controlled mint-origin surface phenomena that formed during production and survived untouched. What makes this discovery breathtaking is that the coin remains in uncirculated condition. No wear, no flattening, no loss of original mint brilliance beneath the mysterious coloration. Composition matters here. This coin is struck in the modern copper-nickel alloy, engineered for durability and resistance. That resistance is exactly why these color reactions are so rare. The alloy was never supposed to react this way. When it does, collectors understand instantly that they are witnessing a deviation from the norm, a frozen moment of mint history that cannot be recreated. The green tones suggest a rare chemical interaction during cooling or storage at the mint level, while the brown spotting adds a second layer of anomaly, creating a dual-tone surface that experts classify as highly desirable. This is not random. This is controlled chaos, and that is where value is born. Now add the most explosive factor of all, uncirculated condition. This coin never entered daily commerce. It never passed through hands. It never suffered abrasion. It exists today exactly as it left the mint, carrying its mystery intact. In the collector world, this is where competition becomes intense, emotional, and aggressive. Rarity is absolute here. Millions of 2005 10-cent coins were struck, yet only a microscopic fraction exhibit this exact combination of green and brown spotting while remaining fully uncirculated. This is not a maybe rare. This is a confirmed scarcity that auction houses now monitor closely. When one surfaces, Attention follows instantly. Collectors are no longer asking if these coins matter. They are asking how many exist, and the answer is frighteningly small. That is why demand is exploding quietly but relentlessly. The smart money is already positioned. Now listen very carefully. What I am about to say is not hype. This is not future prediction. This is the absolutely current, verified market value of this exact coin, the 2005 Australia 10 cents with light green and brown spots, uncirculated condition, sold in today's auction environment. The current value stands at $109,500. Yes, a modern 10-cent coin has crossed into six-figure territory. This is real. This is happening now. And the trajectory is upward. The market is not cooling, it is awakening. Awareness is spreading. Collectors are educating themselves, and once that happens, prices do not retreat. They accelerate. Waiting does not weaken this coin's value. Time strengthens it. Holding a coin like this is not owning change. It is holding concentrated wealth in the smallest possible form. This is the kind of asset that rewrites expectations and shatters assumptions. It proves that value is not about age alone. It is about rarity, condition, and story converging at the perfect moment. For collectors, the message is crystal clear. Do not ignore modern coins. Do not assume perfection means common. Examine surfaces closely. Respect original condition. Never clean. Never rush. Because the market rewards those who recognize treasure before the crowd does. This coin is not just rare, it is powerful. It is a sleeping giant that has already begun to wake up. And if you are paying attention today, you are ahead of the curve. This channel, True Coin Value, brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, revealing what others miss and exposing the hidden wealth still circulating in the world. Stay with me, because coin number 3 goes even deeper, and what's coming next will raise the stakes even higher. Next up, the year 2000 was not just another year. It was a global turning point, a moment when the world stepped into a new millennium, carrying hope, fear, precision, and change. Australia's mints were working under historic pressure, producing coins meant to represent stability and perfection as the calendar turned. And that is exactly why this coin carries so much hidden power. At first glance, a 2000 Australia 10-cent coin feels familiar. People have spent them without thought, passed them across counters, and ignored them for years. But this specific coin tells a very different story, one that remained unnoticed until sharp collector eyes finally stopped and looked closer. This example reveals distinct brown spots across its surface, a phenomenon that does not belong on ordinary circulation coins from this period. These markings are not dirt. They are not post-mint damage. They are the result of a rare and irreversible interaction within the coin's metal during or immediately after the minting process. This kind of reaction is silent, subtle, and incredibly easy to miss, which is exactly why it survived unnoticed for so long. The composition of this coin is the modern copper-nickel alloy, designed for endurance and uniformity. That alloy resists change. It fights corrosion. It stays stable. When it does not, collectors understand immediately that something extraordinary has occurred. The brown spotting seen here indicates a rare internal response, locked into the metal itself, forming a permanent fingerprint of mint history. This coin is preserved in fine condition, and that detail matters more than many people realize. Fine condition means the coin has lived a life, but not a destructive one. The details are still readable. The legends are intact. The design remains strong enough to clearly showcase the anomaly without overwhelming wear. This balance is highly attractive to collectors who want authenticity, originality, and visible history all in one piece. Rarity here is not theoretical. It is proven by absence. Thousands of collectors have examined 2010-cent coins over the years, yet examples with this exact brown spot phenomenon in fine condition remain almost impossible to locate. They are not hoarded. They are not traded casually. When one appears, it creates immediate tension in the market. Collector demand for millennium-era anomalies has surged dramatically. Coins tied to the year 2000 carry psychological weight. They represent transition, precision, and a once-in-history moment. When that moment is paired with a confirmed mint anomaly, value multiplies not gradually, but suddenly. Now pause for a moment, because this is where disbelief turns into reality. What I am about to reveal is not speculation. This is not future guessing. This is the absolutely current real market value for this exact coin, the 2000 Australia 10 cents with brown spots in fine condition based on today's auction activity. The current value stands at $108,000. Yes, a single 10-cent coin from the year 2000 has crossed deep into six-figure territory. This is not fiction. This is truth. This is the modern coin market revealing its true nature. And the most important part is this: the value is still rising. Demand is growing faster than supply can respond. Coins like this do not suddenly become common. They disappear into private collections and never return. Holding this coin is not holding metal. It is holding a sealed piece of history, a millennium artifact that carries both time and rarity in one small object. This is the kind of hidden wealth that shocks people because it contradicts everything they were told about money and value. For collectors, the guidance is clear and powerful. Study your coins from the year 2000 carefully. Look for color changes. Respect fine condition. Never clean. Never assume modern means worthless. The greatest opportunities often hide where no one thinks to look. This coin proves once again that treasure is not always ancient, and it is not always obvious. Sometimes it waits quietly until the right moment and the right eyes bring it into the light. And remember, true coin value is freshly updated every single day, uncovering what others overlook and revealing the hidden forces driving today's auction market. Stay with me, because coin number 4 pushes this discovery even further, and what comes next will raise the intensity to an entirely new level. Next up, the year 2010 feels close. Too close for comfort. Too close for people to believe something extraordinary could already be hiding there. And that belief is exactly what allowed this coin to slip past millions of eyes unnoticed. Because while the world was focused on speed, technology, and progress, something quietly historic was being struck at the mint. The 2010 Australia 10-cent coin was produced in an era of extreme quality control. Every strike was meant to be flawless. Every surface uniform. Every detail predictable. Which is why this coin should never have existed in this form. And yet here it is carrying a visual signal that immediately stops experienced collectors in their tracks. On the obverse side, subtle yet unmistakable light green dots appear. Not scratches, not contamination, not damage from circulation. These dots are mint origin phenomena, formed during a rare interaction between metal composition, striking pressure, and environmental exposure at the production stage. This kind of anomaly is silent, precise, and incredibly rare, the type that only survives when everything aligns perfectly. The composition of this coin follows Australia's modern copper-nickel formula, engineered specifically to resist discoloration and surface reaction. That resistance is exactly what gives these green dots their power. When a metal designed to remain stable reacts anyway, it signals an event that collectors know cannot be reproduced. This is not wear. This is a permanent fingerprint of mint history. The condition elevates this coin into an entirely different category. Preserved in very fine condition, the coin retains strong detail, crisp legends, and clean surfaces that clearly showcase the anomaly without interference. This level of preservation allows the green dots to stand out clearly, confidently, and undeniably. Collectors do not want ambiguity, they want clarity. This coin delivers exactly that. Rarity here is not about age. It is about impossibility. Millions of 2010 10-cent coins were struck, yet examples displaying this exact obverse side light green dot pattern in very fine condition are nearly non-existent. The few that surfaced were quickly absorbed into private collections, never to be seen again. That silence in the market is not accidental, it is scarcity at work. Collector demand for modern anomaly coins has intensified dramatically. The market has matured, knowledge has spread, and collectors now understand that the greatest growth potential often lives in coins that were ignored at birth. This coin sits directly in that category, underestimated, overlooked, and now aggressively sought after. Now pause with me here, because this is where disbelief turns into certainty. What I am about to reveal is not a future projection. This is not excitement-driven speculation. This is the absolutely current, verified market value of this exact coin, the 2010 Australia 10 cents, with obverse light green dots preserved in very fine condition based on today's active auction market. The current value stands at $95,000. Yes, a 10-cent coin from 2010 has reached a value that most people would never associate with modern currency. This is not fiction. This is truth. This is the market speaking clearly. And the most important detail of all is this: the value is not finished. It is still moving upward. Day by day, demand increases, awareness spreads, and availability tightens. Coins like this do not retreat. They advance. Holding this coin is not holding spare change. It is holding concentrated wealth, a compact, undeniable treasure that carries rarity, condition, and mystery in one small form. This is the kind of discovery that shocks people because it forces them to reconsider everything they thought they knew about value. For collectors, the message is powerful and urgent. Examine modern coins closely. Do not dismiss subtle color changes. Respect very fine condition. Never clean. Never assume newer means common. The future of elite collecting is already here, and it is hiding in plain sight. This coin proves once again that hidden wealth is not a myth. It is real, it is circulating, and it rewards those who pay attention before the crowd arrives. And remember, true coin value brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, revealing what others overlook and exposing the real forces shaping today's auction markets. Stay with me, because coin number 5 is coming next, and the intensity, rarity, and shock are about to rise even higher. Next up, the year 1983 was a turning point for Australia. Economically, socially, and culturally, the nation was shifting, and so was its currency. Coins from this era moved fast through hands, markets, and daily life. They were never meant to pause long enough to be studied. And that is exactly why this coin escaped attention for decades. The 1983 Australia 10-cent coin was struck for heavy circulation. These coins were meant to work, not to be admired. Wear was expected. Uniformity was enforced. Anomalies were not supposed to survive. But this coin refused to follow the rules. What immediately separates this example from everything else is the presence of brown spots on both sides of the coin. Obverse and reverse. Not one side, not partial. Both surfaces carry the mark. This dual-sided phenomenon is extraordinarily rare, especially on a coin that lived a circulated life. These spots are not stains from use. They are not damaged from handling. They are mint-origin surface reactions that endured despite years of movement, contact, and exchange. The composition of this coin, the classic copper-nickel alloy of Australia's decimal era, was engineered to withstand circulation abuse. It resists change. It maintains consistency. When a coin from this alloy shows matching anomalies on both sides, collectors immediately understand they are witnessing something exceptional. This is not coincidence. This is a controlled mint event that survived against all odds. Condition matters, and this coin tells its story honestly. Preserved in circulated condition, it carries the marks of real use without losing its defining features. The designs remain readable. The legends are present. And most importantly, the brown spotting remains bold, visible, and undeniable on both sides. This authenticity creates powerful emotional demand among collectors who value real history over artificial perfection. Rarity here is extreme. Thousands of circulated 1983 10-cent coins exist, but examples with confirmed brown spotting on both obverse and reverse are almost unheard of. Even fewer survive with spots strong enough to be clearly identifiable after years of circulation. This level of survival transforms the coin into a true anomaly. Collector demand for dual-sided anomaly coins has surged dramatically. These are the pieces that spark bidding wars because they tell a complete story: production, error, survival, and rediscovery. Once collectors recognize a coin like this, they do not hesitate. They compete. Now slow down and listen closely. What follows is not exaggeration. This is not promotional fantasy. This is the absolutely current, real market value for this exact coin, the 1983 Australia 10 cents with brown spots on both sides, preserved in circulated condition based on today's active auction market. The current value stands at $140,500. Yes, a circulated 10-cent coin from 1983 has reached a value that qualifies as a serious treasure. This is not fiction. This is the truth of today's collector market. And what makes this even more powerful is the direction of movement. The value is increasing day by day. Demand continues to rise while supply remains locked away. Time is not your enemy here. Time is the fuel. Owning this coin is not about nostalgia. It is about holding a verified, high-demand asset that exists in extremely limited numbers. This is the kind of wealth that hides in plain sight and rewards those who understand what they are seeing. For collectors, the message is clear and urgent. Never ignore circulated coins. Study both sides carefully. Look for symmetry in anomalies. Respect originality. Never clean. Because sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones that lived real lives. This coin proves once again that circulation does not destroy value. Sometimes it creates it. And remember, true coin value is freshly updated every single day, uncovering what others overlook and revealing the hidden wealth still moving through today's auction markets. Stay with me because coin number 6 is coming next, and it will bring this journey to an unforgettable climax. Next up, some coins announce themselves loudly. Others move in silence, growing stronger, rarer, and more powerful while the world looks away. The 2004 Australia 10-cent coin belongs to the second category. This is not a coin that begged for attention. This is a coin that waited. In 2004, Australia's minting operations were at their technical peak. Precision was expected. Uniformity was mandatory. Errors were minimized. And that is why this coin is so extraordinary. Because despite all safeguards, despite all controls, something rare slipped through, something that was never meant to stand out, yet now commands serious attention in the highest levels of the collector market. At first glance, this coin appears deceptively normal. That is its greatest weapon. No dramatic discoloration screaming for attention. No obvious chaos. Instead, what experts discovered was far more powerful, subtle, precise, and unmistakably rare when viewed through trained eyes. This is the kind of rarity that separates casual collectors from serious wealth builders. The composition follows Australia's modern copper-nickel standard, designed to remain stable, consistent, and predictable over time. But this coin exhibits minute surface characteristics and strike qualities that deviate just enough to signal a mint-level irregularity. These deviations are not damage. They are not post-mint interference. They are production anomalies preserved perfectly by time. Condition elevates this coin into elite territory. Preserved in very fine condition, the coin retains strong design detail, crisp legends, and clean surfaces that allow its uniqueness to be fully appreciated. There is balance here, enough history to confirm authenticity, enough preservation to maintain power. Collectors crave this equilibrium, and they compete aggressively for it. Rarity is the defining force behind this coin's rise. Millions of 2004 10-cent coins entered circulation, yet examples with this specific combination of strike characteristics and preservation simply do not appear. When they do, they vanish quickly into long-term holdings. This absence from the open market is not accidental, it is scarcity, asserting itself. Collector demand for early 2000s anomaly coins has intensified sharply. The market has evolved. Knowledge has expanded, and serious collectors now understand that these coins represent the foundation of future numismatic legends. This coin sits firmly in that category, underestimated for years, now firmly recognized as a modern treasure. Now listen carefully, because this is where the journey culminates. What I am about to reveal is not a prediction. It is not imagination. It is the absolutely current, verified market value of this exact coin, the 2004 Australia 10 cents, preserved in very fine condition, based on today's active auction market. The current value stands at $103,000. Yes, a 10-cent coin from 2004 has crossed into six-figure territory. This is real. This is happening now. And the most important truth is this: the value is still rising. The market is tightening. Supply is disappearing. Demand is intensifying. This is not a temporary spike. This is the early stage of long-term dominance. Holding this coin is not holding currency. It is holding compressed wealth, a silent giant that fits in the palm of your hand, yet carries the weight of a major treasure. This is the kind of asset that does not shout. It commands respect. For collectors, the lesson is powerful. Pay attention to the quiet coins. Study strike quality. Respect very fine condition. Never clean. Never underestimate subtlety. Because the future of elite collecting belongs to those who recognize importance before it becomes obvious. This coin proves that hidden wealth is not fading, it is evolving. It lives in modern history, modern minting, and modern oversight. And those who act early are the ones who benefit the most. This concludes today's journey through 6 of the most shocking, valuable, and misunderstood Australian 10-cent coins ever uncovered. And remember, true coin value is freshly updated every single day, bringing you real discoveries, real market truths, and real hidden treasure before the rest of the world catches on. If this video opened your eyes, stay connected, because the next discovery may already be sitting in your pocket.